AB Figs here. My apologies for the delay on this video. I've been meaning to post it for the last few days, but I've just been trying to wrap my head around everything that happened at WXW Live VII on Saturday, which I still haven't fully wrapped my head around it, but this is probably the most prepared I'll be for this video, so might as well go ahead with it. The highlights for WXW Live VII have just gone up over the past couple days. If you haven't seen them yet, check it out in the card up there. We'd really appreciate it if you check it out. I really hope that you enjoy those highlights, and the full show will hopefully be following within the next few weeks. Can't wait for all of you to see that as well. I just want to quickly say a huge thank you to anyone who was at the show on Saturday, who's watching this right now. You mean the world to all of us here at WXW. Thank you all so much for attending the show. As some of you may know, we were fundraising for Starship Hospital yet again. We had trading cards for sale, which with all proceeds going to Starship Hospital, which if you saw my last video, you'll know all about those trading cards. Yes, I did get them done in time. The night before, I'd finally finished everything, and those sold out really quick. The second that I'd started taping up the sign to the table advertising the trading cards, there was already a kid lined up with his money ready to buy a pack, which I didn't think people wanted the cards that much. And obviously we'll have more ready for the next shows, hopefully, as well. And we also had, for the first time, a raffle. We had, it's not a very big prize. We had a plaque just like this. It was a commemorative plaque for WXW Live VI back in July, with, of course, all proceeds going to the Starship Hospital. We sold quite a few raffle tickets, which surprised the hell out of me. I don't think much of this prize, but the winner of the raffle, he was, man, he obviously thought a lot of this prize. You should have seen his face. He was absolutely stoked, which makes me stoked. And we will be definitely be doing more raffles in the future shows following that turnout. And after the show was over, we gathered up all the money, we put it all together, and inside that Starship Hospital box, there was $150, which is absolutely mind-blowing. We didn't even expect to raise half of that. That is just absolutely insane. So kind, so generous. And I even got word that there were some people who didn't buy packs of cards, they didn't buy raffle tickets, but they still put money in the box anyway. So that's just over the top. No one has to do that at all. Now, I tried to grab a little screenshot at some point during the show to get an official attendance number for the show. I couldn't get that. I counted 35 people in seats, but I know for a fact that there are a few people roaming around off camera as well. So it's safe to say, it's safe to assume that there were at least 40 people at the show, which is double that we had at the last show, and probably 4 times the amount of people that we've had at the shows before the last as well. So hopefully we can continue with this progress in the shows to come. That is just, yeah, way better than we would have ever imagined. Now, so the show itself, I must admit, I was somewhat nervous on the actual show day, which is rare. I'm not usually nervous for the actual show days, but all I was thinking about leading up to it was worrying about getting the cards done in time and sorting out raffle tickets. But thankfully, those nerves calmed down as soon as I'd stepped through that curtain and seen all the people there. And thankfully, the show went on as normal from there. It was a bit of a worry beforehand, though. I must say that's probably the most prepared overall one of these shows has been. For the first time, we had a PA system, so we had a ring announcer for the first time. So you'll see that when the full show is up, it made a huge difference, especially for the people there, to avoid confusion for match types and stipulations and whatnot. We're really excited to have that as a part of our shows in the future. That's a massive step for us. I know there's other things that we can improve on as well, and we're working as hard as we can on improving everything we can for the upcoming shows. Now, my worst injury, my only injury really for this show was sunburn. So another thing that we need to take note of, because I know some other fans there who didn't have sunscreen. We need to have a big bottle of sunscreen for our summer shows for fans to use, because man, that sun, unexpected. It's only November in New Zealand. That sun was so powerful. That's the most sunburnt I've been for quite some time. But apart from that, everything went according to plan. Now I want to show you guys a few bone highlights using some alternate angles that won't, or most likely won't make the final cut for the full show, and probably haven't made the cut for the highlights video. So let's roll those. I was talking to Chris Anderson before the show started. He was still around the ring setting things up a couple hours before as people were beginning to arrive, and he told me that he couldn't move because of the amount of kids who were surrounding him asking him for pictures and autographs, which I didn't believe him, and I'm pretty sure I told him that too. No one's ever wanted our autographs before. No one's really wanted pictures with us before. We took a couple pictures at the last show, but it was only a couple, so I didn't believe him at all. But after the show was over, oh boy, he was right. I don't know, people cared about us to the point that they wanted pictures with us and autographs. That's the first time someone's asked me for an autograph before. I probably signed 10 t-shirts, some forearms, some hats, Johnny Gold signed some kid's forehead. But yeah, that was just another really surprising thing. I didn't think little old WXW would have people caring that much. We don't have anything to gain from these shows. We do these to put smiles on people's faces. And it was the most satisfying feeling in the world to see people leaving the show with smiles on their faces. So we are really excited for the future shows. Really hope that anyone who attended the show had a good time and will be at the next one. Hope to see more of you at the next show if you can make it. Yeah, just overall, what a day. What a day. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all next time.